And it's a hard ask for him, but let's see what he can do. Last quarter-final underway now. The Esports World Cup featuring EA FC, nicolas99 against AbuMakkah. The winner will be taking on Young in a semi-final that will be worth $150,000. Remember, the winner tonight here in Riyadh will pick up $300,000. 7 world champions in a row, Nicolas has made. Since 2017, he's never missed the big outing. Whether it be the best 16, the best 24, the best 32 players in the world, he's always there. His name's always on the list. The one thing that's been lacking, Dan, is just that piece of silver at the end. Do you feel like it's the uncompleted story?
And certainly with the way he's been playing, he definitely could get the job done here in Riyadh. And one thing I can promise you in this game is going to be goals. And I don't think it's even curseable with how both of these have been playing so far this tournament. They've been so good going forward. I'm expecting there to be goals galore.
Ball, AbuMakkah, 5 minutes in. We'll give this crowd something to cheer about. Surprise, surprise, it's Erling Haaland using his heads. Basically a diving header.
I promised you goals, and we've already got one on the board. And it was a beautiful goal. Recognised that there were players just stepping up, and then it's an over-the-top through ball at just the right time. And as you mentioned, a diving header pretty much to secure it. Oh, what a ball it was. And anyone else probably not getting on the end of it. Maybe a CR7, but that's why Haaland is on the pitch. That's why he's in your team.
How's he even seen that pass there, Vitinha? AbuMakkah knew exactly what he was doing. In case you have missed the headline news here at the Esports World Cup as well, the club championship has already been won by Team Falcons. They won 2 of the esports titles in the first couple of weeks here in Riyadh, regardless of where they place. They've already won that bonus $7 million, and they will be lifting that big Esports World Cup trophy at the end of the 8 weeks. Long ball over the top. This could be a second for AbuMakkah. Could he have done more? Was there an opportunity to slide that into the right corner? Quick corner played in now. Haaland makes it 2. Forget the chance before. AbuMakkah. What a start to this quarter-final.
All smiles for the crowd here in Riyadh. The Giddy Arena is about to have its roof blown right off if AbuMakkah continues to play this way. I mean, we know how dangerous corners are. We've said it 1,000 times in this tournament. But he could have had a goal previously. If it wasn't for the goalkeeper movement from Nicolas, it was probably going to be 2-0 regardless. But AbuMakkah, he's been flawless with these corners. He's so quick when he takes them. And it's pinpoint accuracy time and time again. And Nicolas now needs to try and dig deep and do exactly what he did against AbuMakkah's teammate and find his way back into this game.
Well, if you remember rightly so, last time that Nicolas played a Team Falcons player was on this main stage, and he was 4-0 down in 30 minutes. And I believe their Mr. Zara is sitting in that very seat that AbuMakkah is in. In case you missed what the full-time result was, it was a 5-4 win for Nicolas. I'm not saying that will be the same scenario here, but you can't count the Iceman out. He always finds a way back off the 10 minutes in. AbuMakkah could not have played this quarter-final any better.
Well, I mean, in the interview after Ander Bergang lost, he said, you know, I was playing on the away side. It's no coincidence why we're seeing people lose on the away side either. AbuMakkah on the away side, 2 goals up. Because what he has is the crowd advantage. He's always at home. And he's played so well so far this tournament. He really has gone from strength to strength. He had a moment, a blip, I feel, in confidence on day 1. Where I think maybe the nerves got to him a little bit. But ever since then, he's recovered and looked like a player who really can go on to win the whole thing.
Well, he said yesterday in an interview as well that this is the consistency that now he's starting to expect from himself. Last year in the World Championship, he got a top 16 spot here in Riyadh last time that we were here. This year, he's had 3 top 8 finishes. He might be on for a 3rd here. Mbappe, what a tackle that is. It had to be reckless from Rudiger, but he just did enough. Unfortunately, though, he's just given away a corner, and we know what could happen here. Courtois saved onto Bellingham, and Canate bundles it through for 3.
And the crowd are absolutely loving it. And why wouldn't you? Your boy is looking like he could be scoring double digits at this point.
Well, it's the loudest it's ever been inside the Kinney Arena. Even louder than when Team Falcons yesterday won the club championship. There is going to be a small technical pause, I believe, potentially there. Nicolas is fuming, and you can understand why, because fair play to Jude Bellingham, who somehow got on the line. Courtois nearly parried it into his own goal, but that is just, it couldn't have fallen any better, Dan, for AbuMakkah.
AbuMakkah has got corners on lockdown. And if he keeps finding them, it's going to be difficult for Nicolas to get back into this game. It's going to be difficult for anyone to compete with how successful he's been from corners as well. And he knows it. He's been taking shots at times, saying, if the keeper parries it out for a corner, I've got a great attempted goal here. But then what he does is he switches it up sometimes. When his opponent thinks that there's maybe going to be a shot, suddenly he breaks out the skill move. Suddenly he starts to dance in that box. And I love what I've seen from AbuMakkah so far. As for Nicolas, the Iceman, he's called it for a reason. He needs to refocus and try and find his way back into the game. And it is doable. There's plenty of time here.
3-0 in 16 in-game minutes. What a start for AbuMakkah. The point I wanted to say was, though, is that he's had quite a few top 8 finishes this year. His consistency's been incredible. FC Pro Open all the way back in February. Got himself a top 8 finish there, losing to the hands of PH In, who he very much could match up in the final, depending on how it goes here. Also got himself a top 8 finish in Berlin just 36 days ago. And once again here at the Esports World Cup, his consistency has continued. Might be able to go one step further. It'd be the furthest he's ever been in a big world championship tournament like this one. And he really has been the next rising star here in Saudi Arabia. As much as MS Tassari is loved by many, you feel like it's a passing of the baton. Especially this year, we've seen it.
I mean, it's his time to shine. And this crowd are just hoping he can put on even more of a performance here. And I wouldn't blame them if they start to get a little bit nervous if Nicolas got a goal back. But if AbuMakkah can go 4 up, it's going to be so tough for Nicolas.
Chance Mbappe finds the feet of Haaland. Well played, Konate just scoops a leg around. Nicolas is still not happy. Whatever he's dealing with on a virtual pitch, Kai Havertz all the way on the left-hand side. Simply has not been able to get going yet. Toni Kroos finds Bellingham. Yet to really register a proper shot of goal. Here's Nicolas so far, getting his those step overs, trying to find his groove now in his final third. Haaland keeps it in. Now allow for this chance to restart again. Big switch of play.
It's good patience from Nicolas. He's not getting frustrated visually. Certainly in-game. You can see on his camera he's starting to get a little bit annoyed, but he is at least playing with patience in-game. Just needs to be careful with counter-attacks that might follow.
Amount of space on this far-hand side again. John Stones looks to be pickpocketed here by Kai Havertz. Really well done down the byline. You know where that's going to end up. Haaland makes it 4-0 in 28 in-game minutes. If there was really a stage for AbuMakkah to make a name for himself, this is it.
What a moment for that young man. You talk about a passing of the baton. He is grabbing it off Tassari and saying, I am more than happy to wave this flag for Team Falcons. As everyone in the audience starting to wave theirs. And again, as soon as he saw Haaland at that back post, it was just a matter of time before the ball ended up in the back of the net. Haaland has been unbelievable this tournament, as has AbuMakkah. But we have been here before with Nicolas, right?
And it was in this exact moment, really, Dan. 30th minute, he was 4-0 down. And I believe he got a goal just off the restart, maybe like this. Well played, AbuMakkah again.
And I wonder if maybe Jasari had a word with AbuMakkah just to remind him of what Nicolas is capable of doing. Don't let your guard down. Don't take your foot off the pedal. Continue to press. Continue to look for goal after goal. Don't give Nicolas a chance back into this game.
Well, there isn't really anyone better to ask, is there, than MS Dasari, who had to go through this matchup. It's one of the calmest competitors we've ever seen in this esports space, Nicolas. We need to see a new level of calm to really work through this current situation he finds himself in a knockout quarter-final. Mbappe, Tony Cruz, heavy pass. It's not doing any favours there. AbuMakkah. Oh my, what a ball again. Finds the feet of Haaland. He's just done that a few times there, Dan. Gets the ball into Vitinha, and it's just this double tap little dinkies, even to find into a big striker.
Nicolas needs to focus up a little bit here. He's not happy, but he needs to be careful because he doesn't want to give away another goal just while he's complaining. If there's something wrong, pause it. Have a chat with the admins, have a chat with your coach, whatever. He needs a goal here. He needs something to cling on to.
Could this be the start? Bukayo Saka! That really just sums up the luck that he's having right now, Dan. You will not get a better chance than that, and you can't even hit the target.
I mean, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow for him. Oh, that could have just opened up this game. Because you score that goal, you plant that seed of doubt into AbuMakkah's head of, is it going to happen to me as well as Dossary? But now AbuMakkah gets to slow the game down again, hold on to possession, look for another one of those over-the-top through balls. Because Nicolas needs to start pressing him soon. Of course, you can go into the half, probably be 4-0 down and still believe you can get back into things, but that time is very quickly going to disappear away from you.
AbuMakkah is just playing Nicolas off the park still at this point. You get down that byline again, it's that corridor of uncertainty. You know where that one's going to end up. Kai Havertz just about doing enough with his play style pluses, which does enough to stop Erling Haaland on that occasion. 4-0 half time is not going to be pretty for Nicolas, but as we've come to see here at the Esports World Cup, no one is safe in the knockout bracket. Big chance this is for Kai Havertz. He's offside.
Again, it's so close for Nicolas. Even more frustration. Probably would have been a goal if he was onside there, Havertz. AbuMakkah still has a chance here to make it 5 before half-time. He can hold on to this ball. He can wait for that last attack. It's another ping and switch of plays he finds every single time. And he is onside here, but does give it away, so looks like it probably will be 4-0 to end this half. And I mean, these quarterfinals, Brandon, they've all been insane, but they've all been very one-sided.
No, they certainly have been. They've certainly had a long scoreline. Big chance for Haaland before the break. That's not going to give Nicolas 2 big chances in the half. So frustrated in the break, but for AbuMakkah, he really can't ask for much more than this. 4-0, he leads in the quarter-final stages of the Esports World Cup, featuring FC 24. AbuMakkah couldn't have played that half any better, Dan, let alone that first 30 in-game minutes.
I mean, I like what the analysts were talking about in the studio floor earlier about AbuMakkah's play style and how he comes up with something a little bit different, sometimes likes to play the quick passes on the floor, but if we're honest, he's really found a way just to get that ball onto Haaland's head, whether it's the through balls at the start, whether it's from the corners, or whether it's just been a dink to the back post. AbuMakkah has played this first 45 perfectly, but, and there has to be a but when you're going up against Nicolas.
One goal, as we saw, Dan, it will change the game. It's just if that goal's ever going to arrive.
I mean, you feel if it goes to 5, you start to just think about the semi-finals, but if Nicolas gets 1 and just regains a little bit of composure here, gets locked back in, refocuses, and then AbuMakkah maybe starts to worry about what could happen. But you can see big discussions with the coach at the moment about maybe some tactical changes that could help him in this second 45, because something's not been right for him. You could see the complaints he was having. Will we see AbuMakkah saluting once more?
It's only been in the last sort of 24 months there's been the emergence of AbuMakkah. He sort of stole the hearts of the Saudi Arabian people when he won the local FC Pro Partnered League, the ESPL, 2 years on the trot. When MS Tassari's not winning that, you start looking around and thinking, who is this guy? Next thing you know, he's competing on the international stage. And he might just be on for a semi-final finish here with a huge scalp on the way through.
I mean, we could be looking at Anders Vergang and Nicolas eliminated in the space of 30 minutes.
Could this be a perfect start for the second half? Haaland, it was an idea there to try and play the ball into Cruyff. AbuMakkah again has defended superbly well.
Yeah, he seems to have got Nicolas's number for the most part. I mean, Nicolas has definitely had the chances. Missed that open goal, or what felt like an open goal. But other than that, AbuMakkah has read every single attempt that Nicolas has tried. He's always had a defender kind of lurking, cutting off those passes. And for Nicolas, he just needs to find something else a little bit different here.
Cruz finds Havertz. Is there an option to whip it into the box deep? There was.
Something different.
Just another question thrown at AbuMakkah to say, look, I might start lofting some of those crosses into the box.
I don't hate it from him. I think you've got to get a little bit creative now because you've tried everything for 45 minutes and it's not worked.
AbuMakkah, first time on the hunt in this second half for a fifth goal. That should go up for a goal kick. It does. I mean, at this 4-0 situation down, what minute does it get to when we see Nicolas just sort of have to go for it?
I mean, really, it feels like now 60 is usually the default answer, right? But 4-goal deficit is hard to turn over.
Nice ball into the finesse. It was time green. Petacek gets a hand on it and it goes up for a corner.
Here we go.
There's a lifeline to fall back on, Dan. It's here from a corner and it goes. There's Erling Haaland who's timed it green. It doesn't fall on his head. Falls back to Mbappe. Can he get the angle? No, he can't. Van Dijk stands strong. Another wave at it. Pass it to Haaland. There's another. Team Falcon shirt in the way. That time Courtois. Still, the chance is alive, and eventually, with the help of Brutal, who drops into an extra defender. Could be a chance to counter-attack here for AbuMakkah. What a counter-attack this could be. 2, 3, 4 shots there, all blocked from Nicolas. If he was to go and get a fifth, it would be a heartbreak scenario for the Argentine. Brilliant build-up, AbuMakkah. What a clever pass that is. Finds Mbappe. Superb AbuMakkah.
Unbelievable. The lifeline on the other side of the pitch for Nicolas to get back into the game. A moment of panic from AbuMakkah, giving that ball away. But then to have the composure to go down the other end and do that. The vision, exquisite. As we get to look back at it, it's just one after another, and then just seeing Mbappe peeling. And he finds him perfectly. And the finish, I mean, it looked inevitable by that point. And it might be inevitable that AbuMakkah wins this game.
Again, Dan, it's Vitinha. His role in this team has been superb. He's just been the playmaker. That lofted ball went over 2 defenders' heads. Mbappe was through. One of the best goals we've seen so far from AbuMakkah in this game. What a ball, look, it's through. Kai Saka there was in acres of space.
I don't mind that. I think that's actually quite smart from AbuMakkah. He doesn't really need to be looking for more goals now. He's got 5, it's actually about possession. If you start attempting passes, even though he looks like he's through, there is an opportunity you give the ball away.
Surely not another one into Erling Haaland. 6 of the best from AbuMakkah. Some of these scorelines we're seeing in the Esports World Cup are truly ridiculous.
It's been an unbelievable day. 6-2 to Jafonzo, 5-0 to PH Zin, 9-4 to Young. And now AbuMakkah finds himself up 6-0. These semi-finals are going to be something else here in Riyadh. Again, it was a little bit fortunate, but He looked for the pass. He tried it when he was in the final third. And he can start thinking about that extra cash he's been able to get getting into the semi-final. Guaranteed 90,000 now. And with the way AbuMakkah has been playing, maybe there's more on the horizon for him.
As you said, just forgetting for these quarterfinals, it's been his biggest payday already. Topping what he picked up in Berlin just 4 weeks ago. $40,000 he got there. With a win here, $90,000 guaranteed just for getting into the top 4 here. Alongside that, even more club championship ranking points for Team Falcons. They don't need them. They have already won the club championship rankings, but maybe they're going to try and set a personal record.
I mean, for AbuMakkah to find another trophy for Team Falcons in that club championship really would be the icing on the cake.
Just looking as well, Dan, it's his first season contracted as well for Team Falcons. Was picked up from Twisted Minds at the latter stage of last year after getting a top 16 at the FC Pro World Championship, where we saw Manu Bashore knock him out. We knew Manu Bashore went on to win the whole competition after that. Certainly has had a bit of a springboard season as AbuMakkah, regardless of what happens in the semi-final. Look how open it is at the back for Nicolas. He's had to just go for the game now, unfortunately. But it could get really, really ugly.
It does set up a mouth-watering affair in those semi-finals, though.
Is there a chance for one for Nicolas? Still can't find a way through the power shot there.
AbuMakkah versus Young. They've already played each other here in the group stages. Young beat AbuMakkah 4-3. It's one of the few players AbuMakkah has lost to so far. But back in 2023, as it could be another goal here, and will be for AbuMakkah. It's 7. Chalk it off, sending him into the semis against Young. And he did beat Young back in 23, 6-2 in playoffs. So he knows he can take down Young. Is there a scenario where AbuMakkah ends up in this grand final here in Riyadh in front of a home crowd?
7-0, Daniel Gaskin. What on earth?
It's that serious you've used my full name.
I've had to.
You have to.
We've had to go full names.
At 7-0, and it could be 8.
Oh my, this is getting really, really, really ugly for the side of Nicolas now. There's a one more pass across the goal. He wanted to find it, went for a La Croqueta instead. And it's clear to see Nicolas's head's gone, which never normally happens. AbuMakkah is having the time of his life out there. I know we're not in the grand final yet, Dan, and I know who stands in his way, but could you just imagine if AbuMakkah was to get to a grand final, how crazy this crowd is going to be?
It would be absolute scenes. It would be insane, and a fantastic memory for AbuMakkah.
He wants 8. AbuMakkah.
I mean, he wants 8, the crowd wants 8. He's turned up the heat here in Riyadh. It's hot enough outside, but it's hot here inside. He's been able to melt the Iceman here in this game.
Quite literally. Fancy an 8th on there as well. Another block in the way. Still is alive. What a ball! Oh, that is superb. FC 24, AbuMakkah. Just the creativity in those moments, Dan. He's not afraid to go back and then recycle and then find another way to unpick the lock.
You know when you go to a football game as a fan and you just say, I just want 1 goal, something to cheer about, something that I can go home, tell the kids. How about 8 when you come here to watch AbuMakkah? I promised you goals in this game. Now, I didn't think it was going to be this one-sided, but AbuMakkah has been a goal machine so far this tournament, and he is not disappointed here in this quarter-final.
Well, you know what, Dan? They've got one better than that. They've just given you a few goals. They're giving you a free ticket as well to the next match, because he's coming back to another semi-final. Can Nicolas find anything in this game? He honestly can't. There's a world here. We could be looking at a 10-0 result.
Before AbuMakkah, I mean, Young now stands in his way in the semi-final. I mentioned he's already lost to him so far this tournament. On the other side of the bracket, Yafonso, who AbuMakkah has also lost to so far this tournament.
A lot of repeat matchups coming up. Two Brazilians, one Portuguese player and a local here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. All battling for glory here at the Esports World Cup. One of them will pick up $300,000.
And it will be...
I mean, I'd love to hear from Nicolas as well at the end of this game.
That's what I was going to say. It's a case of what went wrong. It's going to be a deep dive assessment of this game for him. Wasn't happy from the get-go, really. After the first couple of goals went in, he was complaining to his coach.
AbuMakkah. Surely not. Oh my God.
At this point, just try something, try anything.
At this point, you just showboating for the fans. 8-0.
I mean, we've just seen Young destroy Anders Vergang on the main stage. And maybe the winner of this would probably be a bit concerned to go up against Young, but AbuMakkah has just done the same thing, if not one better, against a legend in himself, nicolas99fc. And it is so difficult to call who's going to win this tournament. I was chatting to Gorilla backstage, and he said, I mean, we all had our talent predictions at the start of this tournament, but I'm not sure any of us would have seen how all of this would shape up. And with how everyone's played so far,
I think all of our predictions might be eliminated, Dan.
I think they might be by now.
Yeah. Anyone said P18 or Jafonzo, maybe?
I did think about changing to Jafonzo last minute.
I mean, can we edit the spreadsheet now?
Not just saying it. I know that I had Levi David, there was a Bonanno, there was a lot of Emre, and there was a lot of Anders Vergang. And I think that might have been it.
Well, this is generally the biggest scoreline deficit that Nicolas, I think, has ever experienced in his FC esports career. He's been involved since 2016. But to be eliminated in a quarter-final by this margin is unfathomable. He'll try his best to get a consolation if he can even find a way through AbuMakkah's back line. Well, I look forward to hearing what he has to say after the game. AbuMakkah, incredible performance here in the quarter-final. Semi-finalist in the Esports World Cup. 8-0 win against the Iceman nicolas99.
He's already given him his key. He says, I don't want to have to bother with that on the